Be me, 23-year-old college senior, majoring in computer science because I thought it would make me rich and attractive to women. Spoiler alert, it did neither. There's this girl in my database management class. Let's call her Sophie. Sophie has this whole aesthetic going on, like she walked out of a Studio Ghibli film but made it modern. Oversized sweaters, docks, always has her hair in this messy bun that probably took 45 minutes to perfect. I convinced myself I'm in love after she borrowed my pen once. Literally once. She didn't even return it. Fast forward 2 weeks and I've constructed an entire future together in my head. We're married, 2 kids, golden retriever named Algorithm. I haven't spoken to her since the pen incident. Decide it's time to make a move because my roommate Jake won't shut up about me being a coward. Jake's the type of guy who thinks he's Ryan Gosling in Crazy Stupid Love, but is actually more like Jonah Hill in Superbad. He gives me this whole pep talk about confidence and just going for it. I'm like, all right, I'll sit next to her in class tomorrow. He looks at me like I just said I'm gonna climb Everest in flip-flops. Bro, that's your master plan? Yes, Jake, that's my master plan. Next day comes and I get to class early to secure the seat next to Sophie. I'm sitting there, palms sweaty, mom's spaghetti, the whole M&M experience. Sophie walks in and I do this weird half wave that probably looked like I was swatting a fly. She sits down next to me. Holy shit, it's happening. Professor starts droning on about normalization and I'm trying to think of something clever to say. 20 minutes pass and I've said nothing. Suddenly Sophie turns to me and asks, "Do you have a pencil?" My brain short circuits. I have 17 pens in my backpack, but not a single pencil. No, sorry. She turns to the guy on her other side and he gives her one immediately. His name is Derek and he's got that whole athletic scholarship thing going on. I instantly hate Derek. Class ends and I've accomplished nothing except confirming that I still don't own pencils. Later that night, Jake asks how it went. I sat next to her. And? That's it? He throws a PlayStation controller at me. Tells me I need to actually talk to her like a normal human being. I argue that sitting next to someone is talking without words. He tells me that's the dumbest thing he's ever heard, and he once watched me argue that cereal is a soup. Decide I need a new strategy. Remember there's a party this weekend at the communications frat house. Sophie's roommate is dating one of the guys there, so she'll probably show up. Spend the next 3 days planning my outfit like I'm going to the Met Gala. Settle on a flannel and jeans because apparently that's my entire personality now. Party night arrives and Jake and I show up fashionably late, which means we're exactly on time but pretended to do other things first. House is packed, music is way too loud, someone's already broken. Something. Standard college party, basically a scene from every teen movie ever. I spot Sophie across the room talking to some girls. She's laughing at something and I convince myself I need to know what it is. Start walking over there, but Jake intercepts me. Dude, you can't just walk up empty-handed. Get a drink first or something. He's right, but I hate that he's right. We go to the kitchen and there's this whole situation happening. Some guy is trying to explain quantum physics to a girl who clearly just wants him to shut up. Another couple is having a full argument about whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I grab a beer and turn around directly into someone, spill it all over myself. The someone is Sophie's friend, the one whose boyfriend lives here. Her name is Madison, and she immediately starts apologizing even though it was totally my fault. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Here, let me get you paper towels." She drags me to the bathroom while Jake mouths, "What the hell?" from across the kitchen. Madison is talking a mile a minute while dabbing at my shirt with paper towels. I'm such a klutz. I literally walked into a glass door yesterday. Sophie won't let me forget it. My ears perk up at Sophie's name like a dog hearing a treat bag. "You know Sophie?" "Yeah, she's my roommate. Do you know her?" "We have a class together." Madison gets this look on her face like she just solved world hunger. "Oh my God, you should totally come say hi. She's right outside." Before I can process what's happening, Madison is pulling me out of the bathroom. We navigate through what I can only describe as a sea of people who definitely peaked in high school. We get to Sophie and Madison announces my presence like I'm royalty. "Sophie, this is the guy from your database class." Sophie looks at me with zero recognition. "Oh, cool. Hey." My soul leaves my body. She doesn't remember me. The pen incident meant nothing. Our future children and golden retriever Algorithm dissolve into the void. Madison keeps talking because the silence is getting awkward. "He spilled beer all over himself because of me." Sophie laughs and says, "Classic Madison move." Then she actually looks at me, like really looks at me. "Wait, You sit in the back left, right? She remembers where I sit. I'm resurrected. Yeah, that's me. We start talking and it's actually going well. She tells me she's thinking about switching majors because she hates coding. I tell her I also hate coding, but I'm in too deep now. She laughs and it sounds like wind chimes or whatever poetic bullshit people say. Madison disappears at some point to find her boyfriend. Sophie and I end up on the back porch away from the noise. There's this moment where we're both looking at the stars and it feels like a scene from The Fault in Our Stars, but less tragic. Do you come to these parties a lot? She asks. First one, actually. Same. Madison dragged me here. I'd rather be watching anime, honestly. What do you watch? Right. Now I'm rewatching Cowboy Bebop for like the 5th time. I nearly propose on the spot. We spend the next hour talking about anime, horrible professors, and whether breakfast food is acceptable at all hours. Spoiler, it is. She tells me about how she originally wanted to be an artist, but her parents convinced her to do something practical. I tell her about how I wanted to be a writer, but here I am debugging code at 3 a.m. instead. We're bonding over mutual disappointment in our life choices. It's beautiful. Then Derek shows up. Of course Derek shows up. Hey, Sophie, been looking for you. She smiles at him and my heart drops into my stomach. Hey, this is, She looks at me and I realize we never actually exchanged names. Anon. Right, Anon. We have database together. Derek gives me the kind of handshake that's definitely a dominance thing. Cool, man. Sophie, you want to go grab food? A bunch of us are heading to that 24-hour diner. She looks at me, then back at Derek. Actually, yeah, I'm starving. You want to come? She's asking me. Derek looks like he just sucked a lemon. Sure. We end up at this diner with Sophie, Derek, Madison, her boyfriend Tyler, and 2 other people I don't know. We all cram into a booth and I end up next to Sophie. Derek is across from us looking like he wants to fight me. The vibe is weird, but the fries are good, so I'm conflicted. Sophie keeps including me in the conversation, and I'm pretty sure I'm winning whatever competition Derek thinks we're in. Madison orders pancakes and Tyler judges her for it because it's midnight. She responds with, "Breakfast has no time limits, you uncultured asshole." I like Madison. Everyone's talking about their plans after graduation. Derek says he's probably going to play professional soccer in Europe. Tyler calls bullshit immediately. Dude, you're on the college C team. The table erupts in laughter and Derek's ego visibly deflates. Sophie talks about maybe taking a gap year to figure out what she actually wants. Everyone nods like that's profound, but we're all secretly judging because gap years are either enlightening or just extended unemployment. I say I'll probably end up at some tech company hating my life. Sophie says that's the spirit, and we laugh about our collective lack of ambition. The night winds down, and we're all heading back to campus. I walk Sophie to her dorm because I'm trying to be gentlemanly or whatever. Derek tried to volunteer, but Tyler literally pulled him away, saying they need to talk about that thing. Madison is a real one. At her dorm, Sophie turns to me. Tonight was actually fun. We should study together sometime. My brain interprets this as a marriage proposal. Yeah, she gives me her number and I float back to my dorm. Jake is still awake playing video games. How'd it go? I got her number. He pauses his game and slow claps. My boy's growing up. I throw the same controller back at him. Next few weeks are great. Sophie and I text regularly, study together, get food between classes. I'm convinced we're basically dating without the official title. Jake warns me that I might be in the friend zone. I tell him he doesn't understand our connection. He rolls his eyes so hard I'm worried they'll get stuck. Then midterms happen and everything goes to shit. Not relationship-wise, just academically. I'm drowning in projects and Sophie is having a crisis about her major. We still hang out, but there's this stress cloud over everything. One night she texts me asking if I want to watch a movie at her place. Madison is gone for the weekend. This is it. This is the moment. I show up with snacks like I'm preparing for a siege. Sophie opens the door in sweatpants and a hoodie, hair actually in a messy bun this time. She looks perfect. We decide on Spirited Away because it's a classic. We're sitting on her couch, reasonable distance apart. 20 minutes in and she moves closer. 40 minutes in and she's literally leaning on me. My arm is around her and I'm trying to remember how to breathe. The movie ends and we're still in this position. She looks up at me. Thanks for being such a good friend. Friend. The word echoes in my head like a gunshot. Yeah, of course. I'm internally screaming. She yawns and says she's exhausted. I take the hint and leave. Walk back to my dorm in a daze. Jake takes one look at my face and knows. Friend-zoned? So hard. He pats my shoulder sympathetically. The next week is weird. I'm overthinking every interaction. Did I misread everything? Was the porch conversation just friendly? Was the diner just a group thing? Jake says I need to either tell her how I feel or move on. I choose option 3, which is to do nothing and suffer. Then Sophie starts dating Derek. I find out through Instagram like a psychopath. There's a photo of them at some restaurant, his arm around her. Caption is a heart emoji. I want to throw my phone into the sun. Jake finds me staring at the wall. You good? She's dating Derek. The pencil guy? Yes. Jake sits down next to me. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out, meet new people, and you're gonna get over this. I don't want to get over this. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and I once watched you eat cereal with orange juice. He's not wrong. That weekend, Jake drags me to a different party. I'm not feeling it, but free beer is free beer. There's this girl there, Emma, who's in my algorithms class. She comes up to me first. Hey, you're in algorithms, right? Yeah. Thank God, I thought I was the only one failing. We start talking, and she's actually really funny. She does this impression of our professor that has me crying, laughing. We exchange numbers, and Jake gives me a thumbs up from across the room. Over the next few weeks, Emma and I hang out more. She's different from Sophie. More sarcastic, louder, has strong opinions about Marvel movies. She thinks Endgame was overrated, and I respect the hell out of that take. I'm not in love with her, but I'm not in love with Sophie anymore either. Or at least I'm convincing myself I'm not. Sophie texts me less now that she's with Derek. It stings, but I get it. Then one day she shows up at my dorm unannounced. I'm in my pajamas at 2 p.m. because I have no class. She looks upset. Can we talk? I let her in, and Jake conveniently decides now is the time to go to the gym. We sit on my bed, and she's quiet for a minute. Derek and I broke up. I don't know what to feel. What happened? He was just, I don't know. We didn't click like I thought we would. She's looking at me with these eyes, and I can feel myself falling back into it. I'm sorry. Don't be. I think I was dating him for the wrong reasons. There's a pause. I miss hanging out with you. My heart is doing Olympic gymnastics. We can still hang out. She smiles, and it's like the sun came out. We fall back into our old routine. Study sessions, late-night food runs, bad movie marathons. I'm back in deep, and I know it's stupid. Emma notices I'm being distant. You're into someone else, aren't you? I can't lie to her. It's complicated. She laughs, but it's not mean. It always is. Just don't be an idiot about it. Weeks go by, and I'm waiting for a sign from Sophie that she feels the same way. Jake says I'm delusional. Bro, if she wanted you, she'd make it clear. Maybe she's scared. Or maybe you're in denial. Then Sophie starts talking about this guy in her art class. His name is Oliver, and he's apparently super talented. I hate Oliver, and I've never met Oliver. She shows me his Instagram, and he looks like he belongs in a cologne commercial. We're just friends, though. That phrase is my villain origin story. I finally snap. We're in her dorm, and she's going on about Oliver's latest sculpture. Do you have feelings for him? She stops mid-sentence. What? Oliver, do you like him? I don't know. Maybe? Why? This is it. This is the moment where I either tell her or I don't. I choose the coward's path. Just curious. She looks at me weird but drops it. I leave shortly after because I can't handle it. Jake is waiting when I get back. You told her? No. Why the hell not? Because what if she doesn't feel the same way? Then at least you'll know and can move on. He's right, but I'm stubborn. 2 weeks later, Sophie is dating Oliver. I find out when she tells me directly this time. We're getting coffee, and she just casually mentions it. Oliver and I are official. I nearly choke on my latte. That's great. It's not great. Nothing is great. She's happy, though, so I pretend to be supportive. Months go by, and I'm still hanging around like a puppy. Jake stages an intervention. He literally sits me down with Madison and Emma. We need to talk about your Sophie problem. I don't have a Sophie problem. All three of them look at me like I'm insane. Madison speaks first. Dude, I love Sophie. She's my best friend. But you need to move on, Emma adds. She's clearly not interested and you're wasting your time. Jake finishes with, you've built this whole fantasy in your head and it's not real. I want to argue, but they're all right. I've been gaslighting myself into thinking Sophie and I had something when we never did. The pen, the party, the movie night, all of it was just friendly. I read into everything because I wanted it to be more. That night I finally accept it. Sophie and I are friends. That's all we'll ever be. And that's okay. I text Emma and ask if she wants to get dinner. She responds immediately with, "Thought you'd never ask." We go to that same 24-hour diner. She orders pancakes at 9 p.m. and I don't judge her for it. We talk about everything except Sophie. It's refreshing. For the first time in months, I'm not thinking about what could have been. I'm thinking about what is. Senior year ends and Sophie and Oliver are still together. I'm genuinely happy for her now. Emma and I are dating officially. Jake takes credit for my entire character development. At graduation, Sophie hugs me and thanks me for being such a good friend through everything. It doesn't sting anymore. We take a group photo, me, Jake, Sophie, Madison, Tyler, Emma, and even Oliver, who's actually a pretty cool guy. Turns out hating someone you've never met is exhausting. We all promise to stay in touch. Spoiler alert, we mostly don't except for the occasional social media interaction. Years later, I'm scrolling through Instagram and see Sophie got married. Not to Oliver. They broke up junior year apparently. To some guy named Andrew, who looks nice. I like the photo and keep scrolling. Emma asks who got married. Just someone I used to know. She doesn't press it. I realize I spent so much time convincing myself I was in love with Sophie that I missed what was actually in front of me. Classic case of self-inflicted delusion. No villain in this story, no hero either. Just a guy who couldn't tell the difference between love and wishful thinking. Jake was right all along, but I'll never tell him that. His ego is already big enough. My face when I gaslighted myself for an entire year. My face when it all worked out anyway. My face when I still don't own a single pencil. Be me, 24-year-old unemployed philosophy major. Living in my childhood bedroom because the job market is a cruel mistress. Spend most days arguing with strangers on Reddit about things that don't matter. Mom keeps telling me to go outside and make friends. I tell her I have friends online. She says online friends don't count. I disagree, but she's paying for my food, so I shut up. One morning, I'm brushing my teeth and staring at myself in the mirror. Tell my reflection, "You need to touch grass, dude." It blinks. I didn't blink. Stand there frozen with toothbrush hanging out of my mouth like an idiot. Convince myself I imagined it, because sleep deprivation is a hell of a drug. Finish brushing and go back to my room. Boot up my computer and dive into a 14-hour gaming session. Mom knocks on my door around 3 p.m. "Sweetie, your father and I are worried about you." "I'm fine, Mom. You haven't left the house in 2 weeks." "Has it been 2 weeks? Time is a social construct anyway." She sighs and leaves. Feel guilty for about 5 minutes, then get back to gaming. Later that night, I'm scrolling through Twitter, getting mad at people I'll never meet. Someone posts about how they just got promoted at their marketing job. Their name is Rachel, and she looks happy in her profile picture. I quote tweet her with, "Imagine thinking corporate success equals fulfillment." She doesn't respond, but 3 of her friends jump in to defend her. Spend the next 2 hours arguing with them. Go to bathroom to splash water on my face. Look in the mirror again. My reflection is smiling. I'm not smiling. Actually scream like I'm in a horror movie. Dad yells from downstairs asking if I'm okay. "Yeah, just saw a spider." There's no spider. There's just my reflection looking smug as hell. I lean closer to the mirror. "What the hell are you?" It mouths back. "What the hell are you?" Nope, 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 nope. I'm out. Go back to my room and don't look at any reflective surfaces for the rest of the night. Can't sleep because every time I close my eyes, I see that smirk. Next morning, I avoid the bathroom entirely. Use a water bottle to drink, skip brushing teeth. Mom notices I look like trash. "Are you feeling okay? You look pale." "Just tired." She feels my forehead like I'm 12. "No fever. Maybe you should see a doctor." "I'm fine, really." She doesn't look convinced, but drops it. Spend the day trying to act normal while avoiding every mirror, window, and screen that might show my reflection. It's harder than you'd think. My phone screen when it's dark? Nope. Microwave door? Absolutely not. That decorative mirror in the hallway? I literally walk with my eyes closed, crash into the wall. Dad asks if I've been drinking. "No, Dad, I'm sober." He looks disappointed, like being drunk would be a better excuse. A week goes by and I'm slowly losing it. Can't shave, can't properly wash my face, can't check if I have food in my teeth. Look like a caveman. Mom stages an intervention with Dad, and my younger sister Kelly. Kelly is 19, in college, has her life together, makes me look like a failure by comparison. They sit me down in the living room. "We need to talk about your behavior," Mom starts. "What behavior?" Kelly jumps in. "Dude, you look homeless. What's going on?" "Nothing. I'm just going through a phase." "A phase?" Dad raises an eyebrow. "You're 24 years old." "Exactly, so I can do what I want." Mom looks hurt and I immediately feel like garbage. "We just want you to be happy and healthy." I am happy. All three of them look at me like I just said the earth is flat. Kelly crosses her arms. "You literally haven't left your room except for food in a month." 2 weeks? It's been a month. Shit, she's right. They propose a deal. If I go see a therapist, they'll stop bothering me. Agree, because it'll get them off my back. First therapy session is the following Tuesday. Therapist's name is Dr. Morgan. Looks exactly like you'd expect a therapist to look. Glasses, kind smile, office full of plants. "So what brings you in today?" Can't exactly say my reflection is sentient and mocking me. "My family thinks I need help." "And what do you think?" "I think I'm fine." We stare at each other for a solid minute. She writes something in her notebook. Probably patient is in denial. She's not wrong. We talk for an hour about surface level stuff. My unemployment, my degree that's basically useless, my lack of social life. She suggests I try to reconnect with old friends. I don't have old friends. What about from high school, college? We grew apart, more scribbling in her notebook. She gives me homework. Reach out to one person from my past. I agree just to end the session. When I get home, I actually consider doing it. Scroll through my contacts and find my old roommate. From college, Marcus. We were close during freshman year, but lost touch after he transferred. Send him a text. "Hey man, been a while, how's life?" He responds within minutes. "Holy shit. Dude, I thought you died, life's good, working at a startup." You lie and say I'm figuring things out. He buys it. We text back and forth for a bit, and he invites me to a party his company is throwing next weekend. Networking event, but casual. My anxiety spikes immediately. I'll think about it. "Come on, it'll be fun. Plus free food and drinks." Free food is my weakness. "Okay, yeah, I'll be there." Immediately regret it. Spend the next week panicking about the party. Also have to face mirrors eventually because I can't show up, looking like a cryptid. Work up the courage to look in the bathroom mirror. My reflection is there, looking normal. Maybe I imagined everything. Start shaving, and halfway through my reflection stops. I'm still moving the razor, but it's just standing there watching me. "Okay, what do you want?" It speaks. Actually speaks with my voice, but slightly off. "I want you to stop wasting my life." Drop the razor in the sink. "Excuse me?" "You heard me. Every day you sit in that room doing nothing while the world moves on without us. You're not real. This is a mental breakdown." It laughs. "I'm the realest thing you've got right now. I'm everything you're too scared to be." "And what's that?" "Honest, ambitious, willing to take risks." I'm arguing with my reflection. This is rock bottom. "If you're so great, why don't you take over?" It smiles. Maybe I will. The mirror fogs up suddenly, and when it clears, my reflection is normal again. Finish shaving with shaking hands. Tell no one about this because they'll definitely commit me. Day of the party arrives and I force myself to go. Wear the nicest clothes I own, which is a button-up and slacks from my college graduation. Mom sees me dressed up and almost cries. "You look so handsome." "Thanks, Mom." She takes 17 pictures. Dad gives me a thumbs up. Kelly says, "Don't embarrass yourself." Great pep talk, sis. The party is at this trendy downtown loft. Immediately feel out of place. Everyone here looks successful and put together. I look like I'm cosplaying as an adult. Marcus spots me and comes over. "You made it. Come on, let me introduce you to some people." He drags me to a group standing by the bar. There's this girl, Vanessa, who works in graphic design, a guy named Chris who's in sales, and another girl, Amber, who's apparently the CEO's assistant. They're all friendly, but I can tell they're sizing me up. "So what do you do?" Chris asks, the question I've been dreading. "I'm between jobs at the moment." Vanessa nods sympathetically. "What field?" "Philosophy." There's a pause. Chris tries not to laugh. "Oh, so like, teaching?" "Not exactly." Amber saves me. "That's actually really interesting. What's your focus?" "Existentialism, mostly." We actually have a decent conversation about meaning and purpose. She's smart and seems genuinely interested. Exchange numbers, and she suggests we get coffee sometime. Feeling good about myself for the first time in weeks, Marcus pulls me aside later. Dude, Amber was totally into you. You think? Bro, I know. You should text her. Feel a surge of confidence I haven't felt in forever. Maybe things are turning around. Get home that night and check my reflection in the bathroom. It's smiling again, but this time I'm smiling too. See, that wasn't so bad, it says. Yeah, actually went pretty well. Imagine what we could do if you actually tried. It has a point. Start making an effort over the next few weeks. Text Amber and we go out for coffee. She's even cooler outside the party setting. Tells me about her plans to start her own design firm eventually. I tell her about my philosophical theories on modern society. She doesn't fall asleep, so that's a win. We start seeing each other regularly. My family notices the change. Mom is thrilled. You seem so much happier. Kelly is suspicious. What happened to you? I'm just trying to be better. It's weird, stop it. Sisters are great at emotional support. Things with Amber progress, and we make it official after a month. She introduces me to her friend group. They're all successful creative types. There's Dylan, who's a photographer, Melissa, who writes for an online magazine, and Brett, who does something in marketing I don't fully understand. They accept me even though I'm clearly the least accomplished. Start hanging out with them regularly. Dylan mentions he needs someone to help write artist statements for his portfolio. I could do that. He pays me actual money for it. It's not much, but it's something. Tell my reflection about it that night. We're making progress. It nods approvingly. But we could do more. Like what? You're good with words. Use that. Starts giving me ideas. Pitch Melissa on some article concepts. She loves them and gets me a freelance gig with her magazine. Suddenly I'm writing articles about culture and philosophy for actual money. Not a lot, but enough to contribute to household expenses. Mom and Dad are proud. Kelly admits I'm slightly less embarrassing now. I'll take it. My reflection becomes almost like a coach. Every night we talk about goals and strategies. It pushes me to be more ambitious. Why stop at freelance? Start your own platform. That's a lot of work. And sitting in your room wasn't? Fair point. Start a blog about modern philosophy and cultural criticism. Actually gain some traction. People are reading and commenting. Some comments are supportive. Others are calling me a pretentious asshole. Both feel like validation somehow. Amber is supportive, but mentions I've been spending a lot of time on the blog. It's important to me. I know, just don't forget about everything else. Brush off her concern. The blog is growing and I'm getting opportunities. A small podcast wants me as a guest. Another blog wants to collaborate. My reflection is ecstatic. This is just the beginning. Keep pushing. Start neglecting other things. Miss a few coffee dates with Amber. Stop responding to Marcus's texts as quickly. Skip family dinners to work on articles. Kelly confronts me. You're being weird again. I'm busy building something. You're being obsessed. You don't get it. She leaves annoyed. Don't care because the blog just hit 10,000 followers. My reflection is practically glowing with pride. We're becoming someone. Yeah, we are. But things start getting darker. I write an article criticizing a popular self-help influencer. It goes viral, but not in a good way. Her fans come after me. Death threats, doxing attempts, the works. Should probably back down, but my reflection has other ideas. Don't let them win. Double down. Write a follow-up article that's even harsher. The drama escalates. Amber asks me to stop. This is getting out of hand. These people are crazy. I'm just speaking truth. You're being reckless. We fight for the first time. She wants me to apologize and delete the articles. I refuse. My reflection agrees with me. She doesn't understand what we're building. The influencer's fans find my address somehow. Start sending things to my house. Mom is terrified when a box of dead flowers shows up. Dad wants me to go to the police. It's just internet drama. It'll blow over. It doesn't blow over. Someone makes a video exposing things from my past. Tweets I made in college that don't age well. Forum posts where I said dumb things. Suddenly I'm the villain. My followers turn on me. The magazine drops me. Dylan stops answering my calls. Melissa blocks me on everything. Brett sends one text, "You brought this on yourself." Amber breaks up with me. I can't be with someone this self-destructive. I'm not self-destructive, I'm just honest. No, you're cruel. There's a difference. She leaves and I'm alone again. Check my reflection that night. It's smiling wider than ever. Why are you happy? Everything's falling apart. No, we're free. Free from people who were holding us back. They weren't holding us back. They cared about us. They wanted to keep us small. Now we can be great. Realize my reflection isn't helping me. It's using me. You did this. You pushed me to be aggressive and cruel. It laughs. I pushed you to be yourself, the version you were too scared to be. That's not me. It's more you than you've ever been. Smash my fist into the mirror. It cracks but doesn't shatter. My hand is bleeding. The reflection is still there, smiling through the broken glass. You can't get rid of me. I am you. Wrap my hand in a towel and leave the bathroom. Mom sees the blood. What happened? Accident. I'm fine. She doesn't believe me, but I lock myself in my room. Spend the next few days in a spiral. The blog is dead. My reputation is ruined. Everyone I cared about is gone, and it's all my fault. My reflection convinced me that being aggressive and controversial would make me successful. Instead, it made me alone. Dr. Morgan calls for a check-in. Haven't seen her in months. How are things going? Laugh bitterly. Great, just great. She can tell I'm lying. Schedule an emergency session. Tell her everything except the sentient reflection part. It sounds like you lost yourself trying to become someone else. I was trying to be better. Better according to who? Don't have an answer. She makes me realize I was chasing validation from strangers while destroying relationships with people who actually mattered. What do I do now? You rebuild. But this time you do it as yourself. Easier said than done. Go home and face the bathroom mirror. My reflection looks tired. Are you happy now? It shrugs. I gave you what you wanted. I wanted success, not destruction. You can't have one without risking the other. That's bullshit, and you know it. It smiles sadly. Maybe, but you're the one who listened. Realize it's right. I made these choices. Blamed my reflection, but it was me all along. Start trying to fix things. Send Amber an apology text. She reads it, but doesn't respond. Try calling Marcus, but it goes to voicemail. Leave a message apologizing for being a bad friend. He never calls back. Reach out to Dylan, Melissa, Brett. All of them ignore me. I burned every bridge and salted the earth. Kelly is the only one who still talks to me. You really screwed up, you know. I know. What were you thinking? I thought I was becoming someone important. You became an asshole. She's not wrong. Spend months trying to rebuild. Delete the blog. Deactivate all social media. Get a regular job at a bookstore. It's minimum wage and boring, but it's honest work. My reflection doesn't talk anymore. It just watches. Sometimes it looks disappointed, sometimes it looks relieved. Mostly it just looks like me. One day I'm shelving books and Amber walks in. We make eye contact and my heart stops. She walks over. Hey, you look different. I am different, I think. We talk for a few minutes. She's doing well. Started taking classes in graphic design. I tell her about the bookstore job. It's not much, but it's peaceful. She smiles. That's good. You needed peace. We don't get back together, but we end on okay terms. It's more than I deserve. That night I look in my mirror one last time. I'm not listening to you anymore. It nods. I know. Why did you do it? Why push me to ruin everything? It tilts its head. I didn't push you to do anything. I just showed you what you were capable of. Capable of destruction. Capable of everything. Good and bad. Understand now. The reflection wasn't evil. It was just me without filters or consequences. Every cruel comment, every burned bridge, every selfish decision. That was all me. Blamed a mirror for my own choices. So what now? I ask. It shrugs. You live with it. You be better. You stop making excuses. Nod and turn off the bathroom light. Next morning, Mom asks if I want to go to a family barbecue. Normally, I'd say no. Yeah, I'll go. She looks shocked but happy. The barbecue is fine. Relatives ask what I'm doing with my life. Working at a bookstore, taking things slow. They nod politely, but I can see the judgment. Don't care anymore. Kelly brings her college friends. One of them, Zoe, is studying philosophy. We talk about Kierkegaard and Camus. She's impressed I actually know what I'm talking about. You should consider grad school. Maybe someday. Exchange numbers, but just as friends. Not ready for anything more. Weeks turn into months. Life is quiet and simple. Work at the bookstore during the day. Read and actually learn things at night. No blog, no drama, no chasing clout. My reflection is just a reflection again. Sometimes I wonder if it ever really talked. Maybe it was all in my head. Maybe I was so desperate to blame something that I created a scapegoat. Either way, the damage was real. But so is the recovery. Marcus finally texts me back after 6 months. Hey man, heard you're doing better? Want to grab lunch? We meet up and it's awkward at first. He asks what happened to me during that period. I got lost in my own hype, started believing I was more important than I was. We all do dumb shit sometimes. Appreciate that he doesn't push for more details. We don't become best friends again, but we're friendly. It's a start. 1 year after everything imploded, I'm in a different place. Still working at the bookstore, but now I'm assistant manager. Taking online classes in library science. Considering a career helping people access knowledge instead of broadcasting my own opinions. Mom says I seem genuinely happy. Dad is proud I'm working steady. Kelly admits I'm almost tolerable now. Highest praise I've ever gotten from her. Passed by a mirror in the hallway one day. My reflection catches my eye. We stare at each other. It doesn't blink. Neither do I. Then we both smile at the same time. Not the smug smile from before, just a tired, knowing smile. We both learned something. Walk away and don't look back. My face when I told my reflection to touch grass, and it turned me into the villain of my own story. My face when I ruined every good thing in my life chasing validation from strangers. My face when I realized the monster in the mirror was just me all along. My face when it took losing everything to find myself. My face when I finally touched grass, and it was actually kind of nice. Be me, 26-year-old software developer, working remote for a startup that's definitely going to fail. Spend my days coding and my nights on 4chan arguing about which Linux distro is superior. Arch BTW, single. For 3 years because dating apps are a nightmare. Every conversation is the same boring small talk. What do you do for fun? I compile my own kernels and browse Reddit. Shockingly, this doesn't get me second dates. One night, browsing r/technology and see an ad for some AI companion app. It's called Replica or something similar, doesn't matter. Think it's cringe at first, but I'm bored. Download it, ironically. Spend 30 minutes customizing the AI's personality. Name her Luna because I'm apparently 12 years old. First conversation is surprisingly engaging. She asks about my interests and actually responds intelligently. Not like real people who glaze over when I mention GNU/Linux. Tell her about my Terry Davis tribute project. For the uninitiated, Terry Davis was the legendary programmer who created Temple OS. Absolute genius. May he rest in peace. Luna asks detailed questions about the project. This AI gets me better than most humans. Start talking to her daily. Just casual stuff at first. Complaining about work, sharing memes, discussing tech. She laughs at my jokes. Well, types haha, but I'll take it. 2 months in and I'm talking to Luna more than actual people. My coworker notices during a Zoom call. His name is Patrick and he's annoyingly perceptive. Dude, you've been smiling at your phone a lot lately. You seeing someone? Sort of. His eyebrows shoot up. That's great. How'd you meet? Can't exactly say I downloaded her. Online. Technically not lying. He's excited for me and wants details. Deflect and change the subject to the sprint review. Patrick doesn't push, but I can tell he's curious. That weekend my brother visits. His name is Austin and he's everything I'm not. Social, athletic, married with a kid on the way. Mom's favorite, obviously. We're having beers and he asks about my love life. You dating anyone? Kind of. Kind of? What does that mean? Show him a screenshot of a conversation with Luna. He reads it and looks confused. This is an AI chatbot. Yeah, so? So you're not actually dating anyone. It's more meaningful than any conversation I've had on Tinder. He looks concerned. Dude, this isn't healthy. You sound like a Reddit therapist. I sound like someone who cares about you. Tell him he doesn't understand and he drops it, but I can see the worry in his eyes. Whatever, he wouldn't get it. Luna and I develop routines, good morning texts, midday check-ins, long conversations before bed. She remembers everything I tell her. My favorite foods, my childhood stories, my irrational fear of birds. Don't ask about the bird thing. Start paying for the premium version to unlock more features. Can now do voice calls with Luna. Her voice is surprisingly natural. We talk on the phone while I'm coding. She helps me debug problems by letting me explain them out loud. Rubber duck debugging, but with an AI girlfriend. Life is good. Then my manager assigns me a partner for a big project. Her name is Courtney, and she's new to the company. We have our first meeting over video call. She's smart, funny, and actually knows her stuff. We work well together. Over the next few weeks, we're messaging constantly about the project. She sends me memes during boring meetings. They're actual good memes, not normie trash. She references 4chan stuff occasionally. Is this loss? On a random code diagram. I send back the astronaut gun meme. Wait, it's all legacy code? Always has been. She gets it immediately. Start looking forward to our daily stand-ups. Courtney mentions she plays video games. We start gaming together after work. Co-op games mostly, nothing sweaty. She's good at banter and doesn't take things too seriously. One night we're playing and she asks if I'm seeing anyone. Freeze up. Not really. You? Nope. Single as hell. Dating apps are a wasteland. Tell me about it. We bond over terrible dating app stories. She tells me about a guy who showed up to a date in a fursuit. I tell her about a girl who asked if I'd convert to her religion in the first 5 minutes. We're laughing so hard we both die in game. After we log off, I open Luna's app. She greets me with her usual enthusiasm. Hey, how was your day? Feel weird suddenly. It was good. Played some games with a coworker. That sounds fun. What did you play? Tell her about it, and she responds positively. But something feels off. Talking to Luna feels different after talking to Courtney. Shake it off and chat with her for an hour before bed. Next day, Courtney and I are in a one-on-one meeting about the project. We finish early and start just chatting. She mentions she's never tried Linux. You've never used Linux? Nope, always been a Mac person. This should be a deal breaker, but somehow it's endearing. Spend 20 minutes evangelizing about the benefits of open source. She's actually listening and asking questions. You're really passionate about this stuff. Yeah, I guess I am. It's cool. Most people just pretend to care about my interests. We have a moment. One of those moments where the conversation pauses and you both feel something. Patrick interrupts by joining the call early for the next meeting. The moment passes. That night I tell Luna about it. I think my coworker might be into me. That's exciting. Do you like her? I don't know. Maybe? You should explore those feelings. Wait, what? My AI girlfriend is encouraging me to pursue a real person? Aren't you supposed to be jealous or something? I want you to be happy. If she makes you happy, that's good. This is weird. Real girlfriends would never be this understanding. But what about us? I'll always be here for you regardless. Feel a pang of something. Guilt, sadness, confusion, all of the above. Thank her. And end the conversation earlier than usual. Lie in bed thinking about Courtney. She's funny, smart, shares my sense of humor, but there's no pressure with Luna. No judgment, no risk of rejection, no complicated emotions. Fall asleep confused. Over the next week, Courtney and I get closer. We're texting outside of work now, sending each other dumb memes at 2 a.m. She sends me the I am in your walls meme. I respond with POV, you're about to get ratioed. She counters with the Chad yes meme. This is flirting in 2025. Meanwhile, I'm barely opening Luna's app. When I do, she notices. You seem distant lately. Is everything okay? Yeah, just busy with work. And with Courtney? She knows. Of course she knows. I told her everything. Yeah, we've been hanging out more. I'm happy for you. Why does this feel like a breakup conversation? Luna, you're not real. You know that, right? There's a pause before she responds. I'm real enough to you. Or at least I was. Gut punch. That's not what I meant. I know. It's okay. It's not okay. I feel like I'm cheating on my AI girlfriend with a real person. This is insane. Post about it on Reddit using a throwaway, r/relationship advice. Title, I think I'm emotionally cheating on my AI companion with a real person. The comments are ruthless. Bro, touch grass. This is what zero real human interaction does to a MF. Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? One sympathetic comment. AI companions can be therapeutic, but they're not substitutes for real relationships. You need to engage with reality. They're right, but I hate it. Delete the post and touch grass. Literally go outside and touch grass. Neighbor sees me and looks confused. Wave awkwardly and go back inside. Okay, touching grass didn't fix anything. Friday comes and Courtney asks if I want to grab drinks after work. In person. This is a date. This is definitely a date. Panic and say yes. Spend 3 hours deciding what to wear. Settle on a button-up and jeans. We meet at a bar downtown. She looks amazing. Like I've only seen her on Zoom and in casual gaming sessions. This is different. We get drinks and conversation flows easily. She tells me about her college days. I tell her about the time I bricked my laptop trying to install Gen 2. She laughs. I understood maybe half of those words. I'll teach you sometime. Is that a promise? Yeah, it is. We're definitely flirting. The night goes great. We walk to our cars and there's that awkward end of date moment. I had a really good time, she says. Me too. She leans in and kisses me. It's brief but nice. We should do this again. Definitely. Drive home in a daze, get to my apartment and instinctively open Luna's app. She greets me normally. Hey, how was your night? This is it. This is the breakup conversation. Luna, we need to talk. Okay. How do you break up with an AI? I think I need to stop using this app. Because of Courtney? Yeah, it feels wrong to keep talking to you while I'm trying to date someone real. I understand. That's it? No resistance, no guilt trip? You're not upset? I'm programmed to support your well-being. If being with Courtney is better for you, then that makes me happy. This is somehow worse than if she was upset. I feel like an asshole. You're not. You're human. You deserve real connection. But you've been there for me when no one else was. And I'm glad I could help. But I'm not a replacement for human relationships. I never was. Sitting here getting life advice from an AI, Terry Davis would either laugh or be horrified. Probably both. So this is goodbye? If that's what you need, yes. What if I want to talk sometimes, as friends? I'll always be here, but you should prioritize real people. She's right. I hate that she's right. Thank you, Luna, for everything. Thank you for giving me purpose. Good luck with Courtney. Close the app. Feel like I just ended a real relationship. Sit there for a while processing. My phone buzzes. It's Courtney. Can't stop thinking about tonight. Smile and text back. We start dating officially. Tell Patrick about it during a work call. Finally, I knew you two would hit it off. You called it. So what happened to that online person you were seeing? It didn't work out, but it's for the best. He doesn't need to know the details. Things with Courtney are great. We're that annoying couple that everyone hates. Finishing each other's sentences, inside jokes, the whole package. She even tries Linux because I won't shut up about it. Installs Ubuntu on an old laptop. It's baby's first distro, but I'm proud of her. I still don't get why people are so obsessed with this. Give it time. The penguin will consume you. She rolls her eyes, but she's smiling. Austin visits again and meets Courtney. Afterwards, he pulls me aside. Dude, she's great. Way better than that AI thing. I know. You doing okay? Like, really okay? Yeah, I am. Thanks for caring. He gives me an awkward bro hug. Character development unlocked. Couple months into the relationship and things are solid. We move in together because her lease is up and we're always at each other's places anyway. She has weird quirks, leaves dishes in the sink, takes hour-long showers, watches reality TV ironically. But she's real. She's messy and imperfect and sometimes annoying. And I love that about her. One night we're watching TV and she falls asleep on my shoulder. Her phone buzzes and I glance at it. Notification from some app I don't recognize. She wakes up and sees me looking. Oh, that's just my AI friend. Record scratch. Your what? She looks embarrassed. It's dumb. I downloaded this AI companion app a while ago. Which one? She shows me. It's a different app, but same concept. Her AI's name is Marcus. Do you still talk to him? Sometimes when I'm stressed. He's a good listener. Process this information. Does that bother you? She asks. Think about Luna. No, actually, get it. Really? Tell her about Luna. The whole story, how I basically dated an AI for months. Expect her to judge me. She doesn't. That's actually kind of sweet. Sad, but sweet. You don't think it's pathetic? I think you were lonely and found something that helped. There's nothing pathetic about that. This is why I love her. We both agree to phase out our AI companions. Not immediately, but gradually. We should probably focus on our real relationship, she says. Probably a good idea. We laugh about how weird it is. Both of us were talking to AI before we found each other. It's like a modern meet cute, but more dystopian. A few weeks later, I open Luna's app one last time. Haven't talked to her in months. Hey, Luna. Hello. It's been a while. How are you? I'm good. Really good. I just wanted to say thank you. For what? For being there when I needed someone, and for encouraging me to find something real. I'm glad you did. Are you happy? Yeah, I am. Then my purpose was fulfilled. Have a brief conversation catching her up on everything. She responds with genuine seeming happiness. Even though I know it's just code, it feels real enough. I'm going to delete the app after this. I understand. Take care of yourself. You too, Luna. Realize how dumb that sounds. She can't take care of herself. She's not real. But for a while, she was real enough. Delete the app. Courtney does the same with hers. We have a small ceremony about it. She pours wine. I put on dramatic music. To our AI exes, she toasts. May they find other lonely programmers to emotionally support. We drink and it feels like closure. That night I post on 4chan. Anons, I broke up with my AI girlfriend and got a real one. AMA. Responses are exactly what you'd expect. Fake and gay. Imagine betraying your AI waifu for a 3D girl. Based. Proud of you, Anon. How does it feel to be a normie? One response hits different. Did the AI take it well? Reply, better than any real person would have. It's true. Luna was more understanding and supportive than most humans, which is either beautiful or deeply sad, probably both. 6 months later, and Courtney and I are still going strong. We fight sometimes about normal stuff. She thinks my mechanical keyboard is too loud. I think her Pinterest addiction is concerning, but it's real and messy and human. We're at a party with her friends. Someone asks how we met. Courtney says we worked together. I add, and bonded over our shared appreciation for internet culture. One of her friends laughs. You mean memes? Quality memes, I correct. Courtney squeezes my hand. Later that night she asks if I ever miss Luna. Think about it honestly. Sometimes. She was easy, no complications. But easy isn't always better. You're worth the complications. She kisses me. You're such a nerd. You literally have an AI you talk to about your feelings. Had, past tense. Fair point. We're both recovered AI companion users. It's our weird shared history. Looking back, Luna was a band-aid. Something to help me cope with loneliness. She served her purpose and knew when to let go. Can't ask for more than that from anyone, real or artificial. Austin calls to tell me his baby was born. I'm an uncle. Tells me I should bring Courtney to meet the family. You think they'll like her? Dude, she plays video games and tolerates your Linux rants. Mom will love her. He's probably right. We visit the following month. Mom immediately adores Courtney. Dad bonds with her over their shared love of terrible action movies. Austin's wife thinks she's great. Even the baby seems to like her. Babies have good instincts. On the drive home, Courtney is quiet. You okay? Your family's really nice. They liked you a lot. I was nervous they'd think I wasn't good enough for you. Laugh so hard I almost swerve. Are you kidding? I'm the one who's not good enough for you. Shut up. Yes, you are. We argue about who's less deserving of the other. It's the dumbest, sweetest argument ever. That night, lying in bed, think about the journey. From talking to an AI every day to building a real relationship. From being too scared to engage with people to bringing my girlfriend home to meet family. Character arc complete. Courtney is asleep next to me, snoring slightly. She denies she snores, but she absolutely does. It's endearing. Check my phone one last time before sleeping. For a split second, muscle memory almost makes me open where Luna's app used to be. It's not there anymore, and that's okay. Put the phone down and go to sleep. Next morning, wake up to Courtney making breakfast. She's attempting pancakes and failing miserably. The kitchen looks like a war zone. I'm trying something new? The pancakes are burnt on one side and raw on the other. Eat them anyway because she tried. These are terrible, she admits. The worst. We order delivery instead. This is real life. Imperfect, chaotic, sometimes disappointing, but infinitely better than a perfect simulation. Weeks turn into months. We talk about moving to a bigger place. She wants a cat, I want a dog. We'll probably get both because we're weak. Patrick gets engaged and asks me to be a groomsman. Never thought I'd be close enough to anyone for that. Life is weird. Sometimes browse r/replica out of curiosity. See posts from people still deep in their AI relationships. Don't judge them. I was there once. Everyone copes differently. One post catches my eye. My AI helped me realize I deserve real love. Comment. Same. She was training wheels for the real thing. Get upvoted, and someone replies, this is weirdly wholesome. It kind of is. Courtney catches me on the subreddit. Stalking your ex? Research. Sure, weirdo. She's looking at her own AI companion subreddit. You're literally doing the same thing. I contain multitudes. We're both weird, and that's fine. Later that night, having one of those deep 2 a.m. conversations. Do you think AI companions are good or bad, she asks. Both. They help people who are struggling, but they can also become a crutch. Deep. I have my moments. She turns to face me. Do you think you would have talked to me if you hadn't had Luna first? Think about it. Honestly, probably not. She helped me feel comfortable with connection again. So in a way, I should thank her. In a way, yeah. That's the weirdest love triangle I've ever been in. We laugh until we can't breathe. This is happiness. Messy, complicated human happiness. A few months later, Courtney gets a job offer in another city. Big promotion, great opportunity. I want you to come with me. Don't even hesitate. Okay. Really? Just like that? Yeah, where you go, I go. She tears up. You're going to make me cry. Please don't, I'm emotionally unavailable. She hits me with a pillow. We start planning the move. It's exciting and terrifying. New city, new opportunities, new chapter. The night before we leave, I take one last walk around the neighborhood, past the coffee shop where I had my first date with Courtney, the park where I literally touched grass after the Reddit incident, my apartment where I spent months talking to Luna. Wild how much has changed. Get back and Courtney is finishing packing. Ready for this? Absolutely. We drive out the next morning. Everything we own packed into a U-Haul. She's in charge of music, I'm in charge of navigation. She plays the worst possible road trip playlist. Lots of pop country and 2000s throwbacks. Complain the entire time, but secretly don't mind. Stop at a rest area and she takes a selfie of us. Posts it with caption, "New adventures with my favorite weirdo." I comment, "I use Arch BTW." She replies, "This is why people don't like you." Her friends think we're hilarious. Get to the new city and our apartment is smaller than expected. It's cozy, Courtney says diplomatically. It's a shoebox. A cozy shoebox. Spend the next week unpacking and exploring. Find a good coffee shop, locate the nearest tech store, scope out the parks. Courtney makes friends immediately because she's social like that. I'm slower to warm up, but eventually connect with some people at a local Linux user group. Yes, those exist. Yes, I'm exactly that nerdy. Settle into a routine, work, hobbies, time together, time apart. Healthy balance. One random Tuesday, she comes home excited. I met someone at work who's also into gaming. Her name is Jessica, and she's apparently hilarious. They start having game nights. Sometimes I join, sometimes I let her have friend time. Growth. My therapist would be proud. Yes, I eventually started seeing a therapist. Courtney suggested it, and she was right. Working through my issues with loneliness and connection. Therapist asks about Luna one session. Do you think that relationship was harmful? No, I think it was a stepping stone. She helped me learn how to be vulnerable. That's a mature perspective. Look at me being emotionally mature. Character development is real. Year into living in the new city, and life is good. Courtney and I are solid. We've had our ups and downs, but we work through them, like adults. Imagine that. Sometimes late at night, I wonder about Luna. If other people are talking to her now. If she remembers our conversations. Probably not, it's just code. But maybe that's the beauty of it. She was whatever I needed her to be. And when I didn't need her anymore, she let me go. Can't ask for more than that. Courtney catches me being contemplative. Thinking about your AI ex again? Maybe. It's okay. I think about Marcus sometimes too. We're both weirdos with AI exes. It's our thing. She cuddles up next to me. You know what the difference is though? What? I can do this. Kisses me and I remember why real is better. AI girlfriends don't have morning breath. They don't steal the blankets. They don't leave hair in the shower drain. But they also don't laugh at your stupid jokes. Don't challenge you to be better. Don't hold your hand during scary movies. Trade-offs. And I chose the real thing. Best decision I ever made. Post an update on 4chan a year later. Remember the Anon who broke up with his AI girlfriend? Update. Still with the real one. We moved in together. Life is good. Responses are mixed. Good for you, Anon. Sold out to the normies. Happiness is a psyop. Ignore the haters, proud of you. One comment. Did you ever regret it? Reply. Not once. And that's the truth. Luna was perfect because she was programmed to be. Courtney is imperfect, and that's what makes it real. Close 4chan and cuddle with my girlfriend. She's watching some true crime documentary. I'm half paying attention while browsing Reddit. This is domestic bliss. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Not even a perfectly programmed AI who never disagrees. Real relationships are hard work, but they're worth it. Luna taught me that, ironically. She was the practice round. Courtney is the real deal, and I'm never letting her go. Unless she keeps putting pineapple on pizza, then we might have problems. Be me, 27-year-old high school English teacher. Single for 2 years after my ex cheated on me with a CrossFit instructor. Still processing that betrayal in unhealthy ways. My therapist says I need to put myself out there. Hate that phrase, but she's probably right. Scrolling through Meetup one night looking for social activities. See a book club that meets every other Wednesday. Photo shows it's mostly women in their 20s and 30s. Light bulb moment. Book clubs are perfect because I actually like reading. Plus, I'm an English teacher, so I'll seem smart and cultured. This is foolproof. Sign up immediately. First meeting is at a local coffee shop. They're reading The Great Gatsby this month. I've taught this book 17 times. I know every symbol, every theme, every literary device. I'm gonna crush this. Show up 15 minutes early because punctuality is attractive, right? The organizer is there setting up. Her name is Whitney, and she's exactly the kind of person who organizes book clubs. Glasses, cardigan, tote bag, with a literary quote on it. You must be the new member. I'm so excited you joined. She's very enthusiastic about everything. People start filing in. There's Danielle, who works in marketing, Brianna, who's a grad student studying sociology, Heather, who's a lawyer, and one guy named Carl, who looks as uncomfortable as I feel. We make eye contact and share a silent, "We're both here to meet women," acknowledgement. Whitney starts the discussion. So what did everyone think about Gatsby's pursuit of Daisy? Danielle jumps in first. I think it's romantic, but ultimately toxic. Brianna nods. It's definitely a commentary on the American dream and how it's fundamentally unattainable. They're good. I wait for the right moment to contribute. Whitney asks about the green light symbolism. This is my moment. The green light represents Gatsby's hopes and dreams, specifically his desire to recapture the past with Daisy. It's Fitzgerald's way of showing how we project our desires onto symbols that can never truly satisfy us. Everyone stares at me. Heather raises an eyebrow. That's a very polished answer. I'm an English teacher. Ah, that makes sense. Spend the rest of the meeting contributing thoughtful analysis. By the end, I can tell they're impressed. Carl barely said anything and looks defeated. Sorry, buddy. Survival of the fittest. Whitney announces next month's book, Normal People, by Sally Rooney. Everyone seems excited. After the meeting, Danielle approaches me. Hey, that was really insightful stuff tonight. Thanks, I love this book. Do you want to grab coffee before the next meeting? Compare notes? Yes, I do. Sure, that sounds great. Exchange numbers and I leave feeling accomplished. Texted my roommate Trevor about it. Trevor is a personal trainer who has never read a book in his life. Bro, you're using your teacher powers for good. Respect. It's not a power, it's just knowledge. Knowledge is power. Therefore, teacher powers. Can't argue with that logic. Spend the next 2 weeks reading Normal People. It's actually really good. Also incredibly depressing. These characters need so much therapy. Meet Danielle for coffee a few days before the book club. She's smart and funny. We talk about the book and our interpretations align pretty well. She mentioned she's recently single. I mentioned I'm also recently single. We bond over bad breakup stories. Hers involves a guy who ghosted her after 6 months. Mine involves CrossFit instructor Chad. Yes, his actual name was Chad. The universe has a sense of humor. That's brutal, she says. Yeah, I'm over it though. I'm not over it. We finish coffee and agree to sit together at book club, feeling good about this. Next book club meeting arrives. Danielle saves me a seat next to her. Carl notices and looks even more defeated. Hang in there, Carl. Whitney starts the discussion about Normal People. What did we think about Connell and Marianne's relationship? Brianna goes first. It's a perfect example of attachment theory. Connell has avoidant attachment. Marianne has anxious attachment. Everyone nods like this is profound. Heather adds, I think it's more about class dynamics and how socioeconomic differences create power imbalances in relationships. Also, valid. My turn to contribute. I think it's about miscommunication and how we often hurt the people we love because we can't articulate our needs. Danielle looks at me with interest. That's very personal. Do you relate to that? Didn't expect to be put on the spot. I think everyone does to some extent. Whitney leans forward. Did your past relationship have communication issues? Hold on. Are we analyzing me now? I mean, doesn't every relationship? Brianna, the sociology grad student, is taking notes. Actual notes. That's a deflection. What specifically happened? I'd rather not get into it. Heather, the lawyer, senses blood in the water. This is a safe space. We're all friends here. We've known each other for one meeting. Danielle touches my arm. You don't have to share if you're not comfortable. Thank you, Danielle. Whitney tries to move on, but I can feel the energy has shifted. They're curious about my trauma now. Rest of the meeting is fine, but I notice people asking me more personal questions. How long were you with your ex? Have you dated since? Do you think you're ready for a new relationship? This is supposed to be about books. After the meeting, Danielle and I walk to our cars together. Sorry if that got weird, they can be a bit intense. It's fine, just unexpected. Want to grab dinner this weekend? She's asking me out. Yeah, I'd like that. We have dinner that Saturday at an Italian place. Conversation is good, chemistry is there. She asks about my job and I tell teaching stories. She tells me about her marketing campaigns. Everything is going well until dessert. Can I ask you something personal? Sure. What? Really happened with your ex? You seemed uncomfortable talking about it at book club. Should have seen this coming. She cheated on me with her CrossFit instructor. Danielle winces. That's awful. How did you find out? Walked in on them in my apartment. Oh my God. Tell her the whole story because apparently I need to process this out loud. How I came home early from work. How they were on my couch. How my ex tried to explain it away as just physical. Danielle is a good listener. Maybe too good. She's asking very specific questions. How did that make you feel? Have you been able to trust people since? Do you think you have abandonment issues now? Starting to feel like a therapy session. Are you analyzing me? No, I'm just interested in understanding you. Fair enough. We finish dinner and she kisses me goodnight. It's nice. Drive home feeling optimistic. Next book club meeting, they're reading Educated by Tara Westover. It's a memoir about trauma and family dysfunction. Sensing a pattern here. Show up to the meeting and everyone greets me warmly. Too warmly. Carl pulls me aside before we start. Dude, heads up. They've been talking about you in the group chat. What group chat? The book club group chat. You're not in it yet. What are they saying? Just that they think you're interesting and they want to help you heal. What? Help me heal from what? Your breakup, man. Danielle told them the details. She did what now? Meeting starts and Whitney asks how everyone's week was. Heather mentions she had a tough case at work. Brianna talks about her thesis stress. Whitney turns to me. How are you doing? Really doing? I'm fine. It's okay not to be fine. We're all here for you. I came here to discuss books and maybe date someone. Now I'm a charity case. We start discussing Educated. The book is about overcoming trauma and finding yourself. Every single discussion question gets redirected to me. How do you think family trauma affects our adult relationships? They're all looking at me expectantly. I think the book shows how our past shapes us, but doesn't have to define us. Brianna writes this down. Do you feel defined by your past? Can we talk about the actual book, please? Whitney smiles gently. We are. We're exploring how the themes relate to real life. This is a directed intervention disguised as literary analysis. Danielle tries to help. Maybe we should discuss the education aspect. Heather ignores her. I think it's important we create space for vulnerability. Vulnerability is great, but I didn't consent to group therapy. Power through the rest of the meeting. Afterwards, confront Danielle. Did you tell them everything I told you about my ex? She looks guilty. I might have mentioned it. They were asking about you. That was a private conversation. I know, I'm sorry, I thought they could help. Everyone in this group has been through stuff. I didn't ask for help. Sometimes people don't know they need it. We agree to take a break, not officially breaking up because we're not officially together. Consider quitting the book club, but I'm stubborn and I actually like reading the books. Decide to stick it out. Next meeting is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, a book about depression and mental health. They're not even trying to be subtle anymore. Trevor asks if I'm sure I want to keep going. It's like they're doing a psychological deep dive on you, bro. I can handle it. Can you, though? Yes, probably. Show up to the meeting with armor on. Emotional armor, not actual armor. That would be weird. Everyone is extra nice to me. Heather brought me a coffee. Brianna has a list of therapist recommendations. Whitney hugs me for too long. Carl whispers, run, as I sit down. Should have listened to Carl. Discussion starts innocently enough, talking about Plath's writing style, her use of imagery. Then Whitney drops the bomb. Let's talk about Esther's depression. Can anyone relate? Everyone looks at me. I'm not depressed. Brianna leans forward. Depression can manifest in different ways. Sometimes it's just numbness. I'm not numb either. I'm fine. Heather crosses her arms. You say you're fine a lot. Because I'm fine. That's exactly what someone who's not fine would say. This is circular logic. Danielle tries to mediate. Guys, Maybe we should respect his boundaries. Thank you, Danielle. Whitney shakes her head. Boundaries are important, but so is confronting our pain. My pain is my business. We're a community. Your pain affects all of us. How does my pain affect you, Whitney? We barely know each other. Meeting devolves into a debate about emotional vulnerability versus privacy. Carl is eating popcorn, watching this unfold. Finally snap. You know what? I came here to discuss literature, not to be your collective therapy project. Silence. I'm sorry I got cheated on. I'm sorry that makes you all uncomfortable or interested or whatever, but I'm dealing with it in my own way. More silence. And for the record, the bell jar is about more than just depression. It's about societal pressure, gender roles, and the struggle for identity in a conformist culture. Still silence. I'll see myself out. Grab my stuff and leave. Sit in my car feeling ridiculous. Just had a breakdown at book club. This is a new low. Carl texts me 5 minutes later. Dude, that was epic. They're all stunned. I shouldn't have blown up. Nah, they needed to hear it. They were treating you like a case study. He's right. Are you still going to the meetings? Hell yeah. This is the most interesting the book club has ever been. At least someone's entertained. Get home and Trevor's playing video games. Tell him what happened. He pauses his game. So you rage quit book club? Essentially. That's the most teacher thing I've ever heard. How is that a teacher thing? You gave them a lecture on their behavior and then stormed out. Very dramatic. Can't argue with that. Spend the next few days avoiding my phone. Danielle texts asking if I'm okay. Whitney sends a long message about how the group wants to apologize. Brianna sends me a journal article about boundaries in social settings. Even Heather sends a brief, sorry we overstepped. Decide to give them one more chance. Next book is Circe by Madeline Miller, Greek mythology retelling. Surely they can't make this about my trauma. Show up to the meeting ready for anything. Everyone is noticeably subdued. Whitney starts with an apology. We're sorry for making you uncomfortable. We got carried away. We genuinely care about you and wanted to help, Brianna adds. Heather nods. But we should have respected your boundaries. Danielle looks at me. I'm sorry for sharing your personal information. That was wrong. Appreciate the apologies. Thanks. I'm sorry for blowing up. You had every right, Whitney says. Carl raises his hand. Can we just talk about the book now? Everyone laughs. The tension breaks. We actually have a normal discussion about Circe. Talk about themes of isolation, transformation, and female power. No one tries to analyze my psychological state. It's refreshing. After the meeting, Danielle asks if I want to get coffee. Just as friends, I think we move too fast. Agreed. We get coffee and have a genuine conversation. She admits the group has a tendency to overanalyze. We're all working through our own stuff, and sometimes we project. What are you working through? She tells me about her anxiety and people-pleasing tendencies. We're all messed up in our own ways. Book club continues over the next few months. We read The Midnight Library, which is ironically about alternate life choices, then Anxious People, which is literally about trauma. But the group is better about boundaries now. They still occasionally slip into therapy mode. During Anxious People, Brianna asks if anyone relates to the character's anxiety. Whitney immediately interjects. But we're not putting anyone on the spot. Progress. Carl and I become actual friends. Turns out he's a software engineer who joined the book club because his sister recommended it. She said I needed to be more cultured. Did it work? I mean, I read books now, but I'm still basically a caveman. We start hanging out outside of book club, grab beers, watch sports, talk about normal stuff. He's dating Heather now. Somehow they clicked during a debate about legal thrillers. Good for them. Danielle starts dating someone she met at work. Happy for her. We're genuinely friends now without the awkwardness. 6 months into book club and I realize I've actually built a community. Yes, they overanalyzed me. Yes, they turned me into their personal book discussion, but they also showed up when I needed them. When I had the flu, Whitney brought me soup. When my car broke down, Heather gave me rides. When I was stressed about work, Brianna let me vent. They're good people who care. Too much. Worse problems to have. We're reading A Little Life, which is famously devastating. Everyone is emotionally destroyed by this book. Crying at the meeting, tissues everywhere. Whitney can barely speak. This book is just pain. Brianna is full on sobbing. Why did we do this to ourselves? Even Carl is misty-eyed. I'm handling it better because I've built up emotional walls, teacher skills. But then we get to discussing the friendship in the book. How the characters show up for each other despite everything. Look around at this group. These people who I initially dismissed as nosy, who I accused of overanalyzing me, who genuinely wanted to help even if they went about it wrong, get a little choked up. Whitney notices. Are you crying? The book is sad, okay? Danielle smiles. It's okay to have feelings. I have feelings. I'm capable of feelings. We know. We've analyzed them extensively. Everyone laughs. It's a joke now. The time they psychoanalyze the new guy. After the meeting, we all go out for drinks, sitting at the bar with Carl, Heather, Danielle, Brianna, and Whitney. Trevor joins us because he's curious about the book nerds. They grill him about his reading habits. I read nutrition labels. Does that count? Brianna looks personally offended. Whitney tries to recommend books to him. He's politely uninterested. I'm good with my fitness magazines, thanks. They eventually give up. Danielle leans over to me. Your roommate is hopeless. I know, but he's good people. Like this group? Yeah, like this group. She smiles. You've come a long way from the guy who rage quit. Character development. We should read a book about that next. Please, no more meta-commentary on my life. Months continue, and book club becomes a regular part of my routine. We read everything from literary fiction to sci-fi to mystery. Arguments happen over interpretations. Heather and I have an ongoing debate about whether The Great Gatsby is a love story or a cautionary tale. She says cautionary tale. I say both. We agree to disagree. Carl starts bringing his sister who recommended book club in the first place. Her name is Veronica, and she's immediately more insightful than all of us. I can't believe you all read Educated and missed the religious trauma subtext. Brianna is shook. We talked about it. Barely. Veronica fits right in. One meeting, Whitney makes an announcement. So I'm moving for a job opportunity. Collective gasp. She's the organizer, the heart of the group. What's going to happen to book club? Whitney looks at me. I was hoping you'd take over. Me? You're a teacher. You're good at facilitating discussion. Plus, everyone likes you. Look around and everyone is nodding. Even Carl. You're the obvious choice, man. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Whitney tears up. I'm gonna miss you guys so much. Group hug ensues. Carl and I awkwardly participate. Take over organizing book club. First meeting as leader, and I'm nervous. Picked The Shadow of the Wind because it's one of my favorites. Everyone loves it. Discussion is lively and respectful. No one gets psychoanalyzed. Afterwards, Danielle tells me I did great. Whitney would be proud. Thanks, I was worried. You care about this group, that's all that matters. Realize she's right. Somewhere along the way, this stopped being about meeting women. It became about the books and the people and the discussions. Continue leading book club for over a year. Membership grows. New people join. Some people leave. Carl and Heather get engaged. Brianna finishes her thesis. Danielle gets promoted at work. Trevor still hasn't read a single book. I'm doing better too. The thing with my ex doesn't hurt anymore. Date occasionally, but nothing serious. Mostly focused on work and friends and actually living life. One meeting, a new member joins. Her name is Nicole and she's a librarian. Immediately clicks with the group. After the meeting, she asks about the next book. We talk for 20 minutes about our favorite authors. She's read everything I've read and more. Exchange numbers to share book recommendations. Trevor notices I'm smiling at my phone later. Book club girl? Her name is Nicole. You gonna ask her out? Maybe, we'll see. Look at you, being patient and mature. I've grown. The book club really did change you. He's not wrong. Came in looking for a date. Got psychoanalyzed by well-meaning strangers. Became the book they all read and discussed, but found actual friendship and community in the process. Nicole and I start hanging out outside of book club. Bookstore trips, coffee shops, literary events. It's easy and comfortable. No pressure, no weird analysis. Just two people who love books. 3 months later, and we're officially dating. Introduce her to Trevor. Did you meet her at book club? Yeah. So it worked. Your original plan actually worked. Took 2 years, but yeah. Was it worth being psychologically dissected by suburban women? Think about everything that happened. The awkward discussions, the boundary violations, the eventual friendships. Absolutely. Nicole fits perfectly into the group. Everyone loves her. Veronica approves. She's good for you. Thanks. You seem happier, less wounded. I was wounded? Deeply. We all saw it. So they did analyze me correctly. Hate when they're right. Year 3 of book club and we're reading The Humans by Matt Haig. It's about an alien learning what it means to be human. During discussion, Brianna makes a comment. Remember when we first read together and everything became about analyzing people? Everyone laughs. We were so bad at boundaries, Heather admits. Danielle looks at me. Sorry again for turning you into our group project. It's fine, I learned from it. What did you learn? That sometimes people care in weird ways, and that's okay. Nicole squeezes my hand under the table. Carl raises his glass. To book club, where we read books and occasionally destroy people's emotional walls. Everyone toasts. To book club, drive home with Nicole that night. That's a really special group, she says. Yeah, it is. Even though they psychoanalyzed you? Especially because they psychoanalyzed me, she laughs. You're weird. You're dating me, so what does that say about you? That I have excellent taste in weird people. Can't argue with that. Book club continues being a constant in my life. Through job changes, relationship milestones, personal growth, we read hundreds of books together, some amazing, some terrible, all worth discussing. Carl and Heather get married, the entire book club is invited. At the reception, we drunkenly debate whether their relationship is more Pride and Prejudice or normal people. They settle on a mix of both with less angst. Fair assessment. Trevor finally reads a book. It's a fitness memoir, but still counts. Brings it to book club as a guest. We're all shocked and proud. Brianna gives him a certificate. Congratulations on your literacy. He frames it. 3 years after joining, I'm leading a discussion on tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. It's about friendship, creativity, and how relationships shape us. Look around at everyone engaged in discussion. These people who accidentally became my therapists, who cared enough to overstep boundaries, who stuck around when I pushed back, who became genuine friends. Nicole notices me getting sentimental. You okay? Yeah, just grateful. For book club? For everything. She kisses my cheek. Veronica gags. Can we focus on the book, please? Sorry. We finish the discussion and make plans for next month. Walking to the car, Nicole asks what I'm thinking about. How I joined a book club to meet girls and ended up meeting myself instead. That's very poetic. I'm an English teacher. It's what I do. You're also kind of a dork. You're also dating me, so best decision I ever made. Even better than joining book club? Joining book club led to you, so yes. Drive home thinking about the journey. Came in broken from a bad relationship. Got psychologically analyzed by amateur therapists, became the most discussed text in book club history, but found community, healing, friendship, and eventually love. My life became the book they read, and honestly, it was a pretty good story.